Hi, everyone. Dr. David Costello here. Thank you for joining me as I talk about a great math activity I've used in many classrooms, and it's called garbage math. While it might not be the best name for an activity, children and all students love it, and you can get so much value out of this one activity. So we're going to play garbage math, and just to kind of give you a little preamble, it's a game that'll support place value, support reading numbers, comparing numbers, ordering numbers, and you can support addition, subtraction, operation, and it can support whole numbers, decimal numbers, integers, and even fractions. So just my contact info, you can reach me at david@costellomath.com. I'm on Twitter at Dr._Costello, and you can find my math page at costellomath.com. So to begin, what we have is we're going to do this. So you're going to have 4 blanks, like what I have here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to have a garbage can. And what we're going to do, so I'm going to get you to do that, and your garbage can, you can even just put something like that. It's meant to be a visual. So for this garbage math, our goal for this one will be to create the largest number possible. So I am going to roll a number cube, my dice. I'm going to roll that the number of blanks I have, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have a 4-digit number, but I'm also going to roll it one more time for my garbage can. So I'm going to have 5 rolls. And after each roll, you are going to put the digit in where you think would help make you get the largest number. Would you put it in the ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, or would you throw it away? After each roll, you are to put a digit somewhere, but it can't be moved. And on this activity, my number cube is going to be a 1 through 6. I'm going to roll it one time. My first digit is 3. So I'm going to have a 3. So where are you going to put a 3? Are you going to put it in the ones, in the tens, hundreds, or thousands? Or are you going to throw it out? The goal is to make the largest number possible. So you should have that. Now I roll a 5. So where would I put the 5? Where would I put the digit 5? And there now is when I would be asking students, okay, where did you put the 5? And if someone said in the hundreds place, I would say, okay, what is the value of that 5? Well, it's 5 in the hundreds, so that would be 500. If somebody would put it in the thousands, I would say, okay, what is the value of that 5? And they would say 5,000. So we would talk about, depending on the place value place that you put the digit, its value changes, what it represents. My next roll is a 2. So where would you put the 2? So I have 2 more rolls because I've rolled 3 times, but I have 4 digits in my number and 1 garbage can. So that's 5. Okay. Now I have 4. So my last one. Now I would ask, okay, who has the ones empty? Who has the tens empty, the hundreds empty, the thousands empty, or the garbage can empty? And I would ask them, are you hoping for a larger number rolled or a smaller number? Oh, and this is 6. So now what I would do is I would ask my students in the class, okay, I'm going to ask people what their number is, but before you say it out loud, I want you to say the number in your head. And let's pretend my number was this. Let's pretend my number is this. So I would say my number is 3,654, and I would make sure to say it properly. And then I would ask students, okay, who has a number greater than that? Or who thinks they have a number greater than that? Or I might ask 4 or 5 different students what their number is and see who has the greatest number. And from there, I can then ask students to arrange them in either descending order or ascending order, or I can ask them, what is the range of the numbers that I've given you? What is the difference between the smallest and the largest? Or what is the sum with the smallest and the largest? So I did a 4-digit whole number here. I can also do garbage math with a decimal number. And in here, look at how many digits would be in this number. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would have 5 digits in this number, and I would have 1 garbage can. So I'm going to roll my dice 6 times. So 5 digits plus 1 garbage can. And for this, you can use a 1 to 6 dice, but for this, I also like to change what I'm going to roll. So this one has the digits 0 to 9 on it. So it gives me more variety in the number students can create. So I'll roll it. Oh, and I should say for this one, let's try to make the smallest number. So for this one, I have a 4. So 4 is a bit tricky when you're working with 0 to 9 because you're not quite sure. It's kind of near the middle. Oh, I have the number 8. I rolled the digit 8. So I would probably throw 8 out because it's a large digit and I want to make my smallest number. Okay. I have 5. So I have 3 more rolls. I have 7. I have another 4. So I have 5. I have 1 more roll. Oh, 3. So let's pretend this is my number. So I would ask students, okay, what is my number? Say it in your head first. So I would say 375 and 44 hundredths. So now I would ask who has a number greater than that? Or who has a number smaller than that? Because my goal is a smallest one. So I'm trying to use this as a way so that students are saying numbers properly, comparing numbers. And then what I've done before is, let's pretend this is my number and this is on my whiteboard or my piece of paper. I might ask all the students, okay, holding your number in front of you, arrange in a line from least to greatest, so that students have to arrange themselves based on their numbers without talking. So they have to problem solve with that. And the rules for garbage math is you would select a number, and it can be a whole number, decimal, integer. It can also be a fraction or a mixed fraction or a mixed number, and you're going to choose the number of digits. And now you're going to determine the goal. Are you going to go for the smallest number or the biggest number? And after you do that, you're going to decide on the number of garbage cans. So let's pretend I pick that. 3 digits to the left and 1 digit to the right of my decimal. I might decide I'm going to have 2 garbage cans this time. And it's up to you. The greater number of garbage cans will give you the greatest variance because you have more rolls and more opportunities to have different numbers. So the number of rolls, or if you're using a spinner, so you're going to count. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this particular one will have 6, because what we're going to do is you add the number of blanks for the digits and you add the number of garbage cans. And ask students to share their number aloud. And before sharing with the class, encourage students to say the numbers to themselves, and the numbers must be read properly. And then extension, like I talked about, you could arrange the numbers in ascending or descending order after students might give you different numbers they have. So you're recording them on the board. You might compare numbers. So compare 2 numbers and ask if it's greater than or less than or equal to. And you might find the sum or difference between 2 given numbers. And you might ask for numbers on the board of which of these numbers would have a 4 in the 10th spot, or which of these numbers have 9 in the 1000th spot. And just my website for support, costellomath.com. It's instructional videos, problem and problem solving. I have a blog, weekly problem of the weeks, and classroom connections. And here is my contact information, david@costellomath.com. I'm at Dr._Costello at Twitter, my Costello Math Facebook page, or costellomath.com. So everyone, thank you so much for joining, and I hope you can use this in your classroom, and I would love to hear how it goes. Thank you.